Hey guys, it's Tyler, and I'm going to be talking about how to pretty much reprogram your mind by changing what you consume. So, it's sort of reprogramming your subconscious mind. It's all these ideas in Think and Grow Rich and a few other books and videos I've seen all just come mixed together. So, one of the first things is you got to change what you're consuming. So, if you don't like who you are right now, you don't like how you act, you don't like certain things or aspects about yourself, you have to change what you're consuming. So that could be as simple as changing what you eat, changing what you listen to. You know, if you listen to sad music all the time, it's likely that you're then going to produce sad emotions. So if you're listening to stop listening to depressing music if you don't want to be depressed. You know what I mean? The biggest change if you're depressed or anxious or something like that is to just only listen to happy music. Only listen to like happy reggae music, or like go on Apple Music or Spotify and just only listen to happy playlists. You know what I mean? That's a good way to kind of counteract that in the beginning. And you know, if you like say you have like a certain problem with like impulse buying, do you listen to people or music that talks about spending money a lot? Like, if you listen to rap music, maybe you're trying to save money, but all the music, well, not all, but like a lot of the music is about wasting your whole check. So, like blowing a check, you know what I mean? And then buying like dumb shit. So, stop consuming stuff like that if you don't want to be like that. Start consuming things that are what you want to be. So, for example, if you want to be some super rich, successful playmaker guy, then, listen to those kinds of people only. Like, don't listen to things that aren't aligned with who you want to be or where you want to go. So, you know, let's talk about diet then for a second. So it's like, say you're like, I want to have 8% body fat, right? Shredded abs or whatever. Then you have to figure out what foods you can consume that are aligned with that goal. So, that could be like vegetables, meats, eggs, what did I say? Vegetables, fruit, meats, eggs, like a few other things, right? Like nuts, whatever. But it's not really processed stuff. Like chocolate's not going to be there, bread's probably not going to be there, all this other stuff. So, then set another goal for maybe like in love, right? So that was like a career kind of wealth goal. Say one for wealth, right? If you're listening to a lot of friends or people and they're saying like, oh, all girls are cheaters or all girls are hoes, or they're saying things like that, when you go to be in a relationship with a woman, your mind is going to be referencing things that you've consumed. So if you've consumed all women are cheaters, all women are cheaters, you're not going to be able to trust and have fun and be fully engaged in the relationship, because you're just going to be assuming this thing's going to go wrong, this girl's going to cheat on me, whatever. So you got to start consuming things that affirm what you want to believe. So I'm going to say that one more time. You got to start consuming things that are going to affirm what you want to believe or what you want to become. So in this case, it's like, say you want to have like a wife or something, you should consume things that aren't like all women are cheaters, or all women are bitches, or things like that. Like, oh, well, what a lot of the rap music kind of says, right? The rap music, I sound so fucking old, but yeah, it's like a lot of it just talks shit, right? So all those messages kind of go in your brain, and then you reference them in your day-to-day life. So, maybe start reading books like from people that actually like have healthy relationships with women, not these people that just like kind of treat them like hoes and like, you know what I mean? If that's what you want, maybe you want to be a player and have all these chicks, then keep consuming that kind of stuff, right? Um, what did we go over? Wealth, health, love, happiness. Happiness. This goes back to like the music thing. I used to be like super depressed, like emo as fuck, and the minute I stopped listening to sad music, like there's no sad music on my phone at all. Like I usually just listen to audio programs now, like courses, things like that. And all the time I'll listen to like some music to just hype me up. But all the music that I listen to is motivational or inspirational. I don't listen to any sad stuff. I used to listen to like Little Peep, fucking emo, like 3 Day Grace songs, like all these fucking things that weren't aligned with who I wanted to be. So let me give you an example. I was like, I want to be happy. That's what I used to think. Then I would listen and I would consume things that make me unhappy, and then I'd be confused on why I didn't feel happy. So it's like the guy who's doing 2 plus 2, and he wants to get or no, wait, he wants to get 4, but he keeps doing like 2 plus 3, 2 plus 3, 2 plus 3, and he keeps seeing that it's not working, but he keeps repeating it, right? It's like that quote from Albert Einstein. It's like the definition of insanity is repeating the same thing over and over again, trying to get a different result. That's sort of what I was doing with being depressed. I was like, I'm stuck, this sucks. So here, I'm giving you the information. You have to change what you're consuming if you want to change what you're producing. Like the emotion you're producing, the self you're producing, the body you're producing, the messages you're producing, like when you speak, all of that changes with what you consume and let into your mind. So, this is, if you change today, right? You stop listening to sad music, you start listening to all this positive stuff, you start only eating good foods, you start only doing that. It's sort of like going to a garden full of weeds and spraying pesticides one time. So it's not going to completely wipe out everything and make you like completely change. You're not going to go from negative all the way to positive. It's going to take a little bit. It might be a week, might be a month, might be a year, might be a few years, depending on how long you've been stuck in this mental weed garden, right? So the whole idea with changing what you consume is to stop letting weeds grow in your mind and start growing like flowers and trees and like things that you actually want being there, right? So what I want you to do, leave it as a comment on this video. What's the first thing you're going to stop consuming, and what's the first thing you're going to start consuming instead of that? Because this is another tip. You can't just stop consuming something and not have a replacement. That's why people, when they're trying to quit smoking, they end up start smoking again. Or when someone's trying to do AA and quit drinking, then they can't because they just fall back on it. Because what people try to do is they try to quit something and not replace it. Like when I was younger, I was addicted to drugs. I was drinking all the time. I was fucked up every single day, all the time. And one day I just like decided to go cold turkey. I was like, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore. Flushed everything down the toilet and I replaced it. So what I did is I flushed everything and then I've replaced doing drugs and getting fucked up with going to, I think it was like, at the time, I think it was just like learning and working towards success. Like I was obsessed with it. Every day it was just like Gary Vee, The Hustle, Grant Cardone, like all this people, Elliot Hulse, like becoming obsessed with becoming my best version, improvement, growth. Tony Robbins, I was obsessed with those. Jim Rohn, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, leave those comments right now. What are you going to stop consuming, and what are you going to start consuming instead of it? And what is your end result? I want to hear that. Let me know in the comments below.